Okay, and we're back. Thanks everybody for taking a quick break. For those of you that are new to the channel, here at Play That John, we like to play games for a little bit. Then we go to a break about halfway through. When we come back from the break, we talk about a few things that are happening in like the tabletop world. So that's tabletop RPGs and board games. Sometimes we talk about video games too. We've got some really exciting headlines today. So just some fun things and some things that I'm really excited to chat about. Feel free to join in this content. If you want to jump in midstream and see the tabletop news, that's totally cool. It's usually about 7:30 Eastern time on our stream. I also post all of these on my YouTube page, which there'll be a link for on the Twitch feed. So you can also go to that as well, just to sort of catch up on these as well. So the first announcement, and I'm really excited about this. I went and I backed this. Is the Black Hack Second Edition is releasing a new Classic Monsters book. Many people probably aren't very familiar with Black Hack. What Black Hack basically did was take the early D&D rules, so the advanced Dungeons and Dragons rules, simplify them and produce them into a book that's about 35 or 40 pages. So it's an extremely simple role-playing game system. So this is a really fun one that you can just gather with a few people, especially people that have never played role-playing games before. This is a really easy one to follow and a really fun one to play with friends. So this is right now at 15,000, which is way above the target backing. Still got 12 days to go on this. What this is going to do is add a bunch of monsters to the Black Hack Second Edition. So the Black Hack Second Edition still is a 40-page book, but it comes with all these extras, all these add-ons that you can include if you want. So it itself is maybe like 100 and something pages. The PDF of it is maybe $5 or $10. If you jump on, it is Drive-Thru RPG, I think, is the easiest way to get it. If you want hard copies of it, you can go to squarehex.co.uk to buy yourself hard copy versions of it. These do ship from the UK, so the shipping, you'll buy in pounds, and the shipping cost is a little bit extra if you're here in the States like I am. But these are, I really like Black Hack a lot. I've had the occasion to play Black Hack based games as one-ofs with our Drinks and Dragons group, and I really enjoy this system. It's super simple. It's just your roll versus their roll, or you still have strength and dexterity and constitution, but you use that for everything. There's no skills per se. There's just you tell your DM, I want to climb that wall, and he'll say, okay, that sounds like strength to me. So roll a strength roll and see whether or not that matches. So it's a very, very simple system and really fun to play with people because you don't get all tied up in the rules. So there's that. So I've gone ahead and backed this. This is sort of I'm going to try to give at least one Kickstarter every time we do this, for those of you that like to jump on these things from the start. If you back it at certain levels, I backed it just at the PDF level. Actually, I guess I backed it at the PDF and softcover print level. The PDF level I think is less than the one I went for. It's like £3 to book your PDF version. They had a very special one that came out with like a leather dust jacket, like a hard copy, as well as their dice tray. These are all sold out though. So at this point, you're either looking at a £3 give in, which is about $5, or an £8 give in, which is about $10. So and then the $10 to buy the actual rule book itself. So that is number one. But of course, we also know that D&D is having their big live event. The D&D Live Roll with Advantage is going on right now on their Twitch. Not right this second. They usually stream in Eastern time. It's from 10 a.m. until about 3 or 4 p.m. And then they have like an after show meeting. But with that, we're getting a lot of D&D announcements. So I'm afraid the new segment this time is going to be very D&D focused. But that's just because we're getting all these huge announcements in D&D. And the first one is one I am super excited about. And that is Heroes Feast. We are getting a Dungeons & Dragons cookbook. This is the official Dungeons & Dragons hardcover cookbook. We're getting this in October. It is, of course, named for one of the Dungeons and Dragons spells that produces a hero's feast for your adventurers, and it's going to have 80 recipes in it, which I think is just awesome. It says it's perfect for a solo quest or a feast shared with fellow adventurers. So obviously, this is cooking for yourself, or if you're cooking for everyone. I cannot wait. I'm definitely putting in my pre-order for this. It's $35 right now, which I think is a significant less buy-in than each rule book that we've bought. I've paid $50 or $60 to buy rule books, probably 4 or 5 times over now. I bought the third edition, then I got the 3.5s. I skipped fourth edition, and then bought the core rule books for the six. So I think this is a really low asking price for 80 recipes that could sit nicely on the cabinet with all the rest of your Dungeons and Dragons books. I'm really excited for this one. So it comes out the 27th of October. That's right before Halloween. Maybe you could use it for your Halloween feast, for your Halloween parties. This is awesome. They give you an example here. The example they give you is elven bread. It makes two 8.5-inch loaves. So this is going to be really fun. I can't wait for this. And then the other one, which is a little more related to our sort of Baldur's Gate adventure here, and to the Infinity series, is we're getting a new adventure book. And the adventure book that we're getting is okay, we know about that. Thanks. Is Icewind Dale. So they people who worked on this have said that it's basically going to be like a horror story. I forget which movie he said he based it on. If anybody knows in chat, they based it on some movie and I don't remember. But the idea is it's going to take place in Icewind Dale. There's going to be some things that members of your party know. There's like secrets that certain people know that they can either tell the party or not tell the party. There's like sort of what I think are, if you've ever played the board game Betrayal at the House on the Hill, it sounds to me like there's those sort of mechanisms where you can work together or you may have to sort of work against. So this is going to be really interesting. And look at that alt cover. It's coming with an alternative cover version that I'm really excited about. So this comes out September 15th, and I can't wait to play this either. It'll be nice to make a return to Icewind Dale. The last time I played Icewind Dale, the game, was it was on a tablet, and so I was using the touch controls, and so I didn't get very far. I didn't really prefer the touch controls versus a mouse. So it's been a while since I've been in Icewind Dale. So I'm looking forward to this one a lot. So those are the three elements of what's happening in tabletop right now. Again, I'm really excited about these. I'm excited to go back to Icewind Dale. I'm excited to see the cookbook, and I'm very excited that I've got my black hack punched in. I'm going to try and I'm looking into maybe running a black hack session for Gen Con or for the Tabletop UK meetings, since those are going to be free to play or $10 to buy in, because I really like that system. So if I end up doing that, I'll post it on the Twitter and I'll post it on the Facebook and Instagram. We do have a Twitter now. I converted my Twitter over to run news for the feed. So the Twitter is, I'm typing it into chat, it's twitter.com/playthatjohn. You guys let me know if that doesn't work. And our Instagram is, of course, instagram.com/playthatjohn, and you can look up Play That John on Facebook to find it as well. I'm going to continue to put news there. The Twitter will obviously be a little more down to the minute. Okay, we're going live now, or this stream has been moved to this, or special announcements. Probably the best place to get the news. But we'll also, oh, hey, welcome back, Chaz. So as I was saying, the Twitter is probably the best place to get the news. But Instagram and Facebook, I put pictures and clips and stuff on there too.